Say in continuation of our last class deliberations, say let us take into consideration one more illustration. Say first I shall read out the problem. Information for the half year ended 30th June. Purchase of raw material rupees 1,32,000. Direct wages 1,10,000. Rent rates works on cost rupees 44,000. Carriage inwards 1,584. Further, an interesting point to be noted with regard to the next item is concerned stock on 1st January 1972. Stock on 1st January 1972 and with regard to half year ended is concerned 30th June 1972. So simply take for assumption. Now, stock as on 1st January, that is opening stock of raw material stood at rupees 22,000, finished goods 1,600 tons, valued at rupees 17,600. Now, with regard to rupees 17,600 worth of 1,600 tons of finished goods is concerned, definitely it will be the closing stock for the preceding year and which automatically shall become the opening stock for the current year. That is as on 1st July finished goods on finished goods worth rupees 17,600 is concerned, it is 1,600 tons. That is opening stock of finished products. Thereupon, stock on 30th June 1972, raw material in the sense closing stock of finished goods stood at rupees 24,464. Further, an interesting question mark here is finished goods is concerned 3,200 tons, but how about its valuation? Valuation, it has been put as a big question mark. Let it be. Subsequently, we shall solve it. Now, work in progress on 1st January stood at rupees 5,280. In the sense, opening work in progress. Then work in progress work in progress on 30th June stood at 17,600. That is your closing work in progress. Further, another item of expenditure is cost of factory supervision stood at rupees 8,800. Then sale of finished products stood at rupees 3,30,000. Then advertisement and selling cost at rupee 0.75 per ton. Number of units sold 25,600 tons of commodity. Now, you have been asked to prepare cost sheet. Now, before we could go in for preparation of cost sheet, say, let us make certain points clear. Now, in the first instance, opening stock of finished goods in tons, how much is the total quantity of opening stock of finished goods? 1,600 tons plus closing stock of finished goods. Closing stock of finished goods. It is closing stock of finished goods 3,200 tons. Further, plus number of units sold. Number of units sold is specifically given in the problem as 25,600 tons. It's not number of units sold. 25,600 tons of is not sold. It is 25,600 tons of commodity where produced. Number of units produced stood at 25,600 units. Units are 25,600 tons. Now, in the first instance, say no information pertaining to number of units sold is given. Now, say opening stock of finished goods 1,600 tons is concerned. Definitely, say cost sheet pertaining to the opening stock of finished goods, it will be prepared during our preceding current year, so preceding financial year or previous previous accounting year. Now, closing stock of finished goods is concerned, it is inclusive of number of units sold during the number of units sold. It is not sold. It is number of units. It is number of units produced. Number of units produced. Now, in the first instance, opening stock of finished goods 1,600 tons plus number of units produced 25,600 tons. Now, how many number of units are there at my disposal? The number of units at my disposal stood at 27,200. If I am not wrong, 27,600. Sorry, 27,200 tons of commodity. They are available for the purpose of sale. Now, when 27,200 tons of commodity are available for sale, now at the fag end of the accounting year, how much is the closing stock of finished goods? Less closing stock of finished goods. It stood at 3,200 units. Now, how much is the remainder? Remainder is concerned 24,000 tons. Where went 24,000 tons? 24,000 tons is concerned, definitely it is the total number of tons or it is the total quantity of finished goods which were sold. Now, you have to prepare the cost sheet in respect of the total number of units produced. How many number of units were produced during the current year? Total number of units produced during the current year stood at 25,600 tons. Now, number of units produced during the current year or current periodicity 25,600 tons plus opening stock of finished goods 1,600 tons. How many number of units or how many tons of finished goods that are available for the purpose of sale? Say the total number of finished products available for the purpose of sale, it stands at 27,200. Further, at the fag end of the accounting year or at the fag end of the half year ended 30th June is concerned, how many number of units are still lying in the godown as stock, closing stock of finished goods? It stands at 3,200 tons. Now, obviously the next question would be, where went the balancing 24,000 tons? The balancing 24,000 tons is concerned, definitely it will be the total number of or total quantity or total tons sold out. Now, say thus, the most crucial aspect in the preparation of cost sheet is concerned, if you wrongly calculate the total number of units sold, definitely your solution, it will never become right. So definitely, to repeat, opening stock of finished goods stood at 1,600 tons. Now, with regard to cost sheet pertaining to the opening stock of finished goods, it will be prepared during the preceding year or previous periodicity only. Now, closing stock of finished goods is concerned, closing stock of finished goods comprises of number of units produced plus also opening stock of finished goods. Definitely, when it comprises of both these, how many number of good units were produced during the current periodicity available for the purpose of sale during the current periodicity? It is 27,200 tons. Now, out of 27,200 tons, still in the godown, there lies 3,200 tons. When there lies 3,200 tons, what about the balancing figure of 24,000 tons? Balancing quantity of 24,000 tons is concerned, it is the quantity of finished goods which is sold out to customers. Say thus, this is about the brief background pertaining to the number of units produced, number of units sold, because we have to take into consideration all these aspects. Now, I shall rub it. Now, with regard to preparation of cost sheet, say which distinct information is available in the first instance, material consumed. Material consumed. Say you are well aware of how to arrive at material consumed. Material consumed will be arrived at opening stock of raw material, add purchases of raw material, add carriage inwards less closing stock of raw material. It gives us the material consumed. In this problem, how much is the opening stock of raw material? You go through this problem, opening stock of raw material. Opening stock in the sense, stock as on 1st January, stock as on 30th June is closing stock. Say thus, stock as on 1st January stood at rupees 22,000. Simply, I will write it as a RAWMAT. It stood at rupees 22,000. Add purchase of raw material. How much is the purchase of raw material? In the problem, purchase of raw material, it is given at, say you go through, purchase of raw material made during the current periodicity, rupees 1,32,000. 1,32,000. Now you go through whether carriage inwards is here. If you go through carriage inwards, definitely carriage inwards, because it's also an element of prime cost, because it can directly be allotted to the as an element or as a component of your prime cost. Add carriage inwards rupees 1,584 totaling to rupees 1,55,584. 584. Now less closing stock of raw material. With regard to closing stock of raw material is concerned, on 30th June, closing stock of raw material stood at rupees 24,464. 24,464. Now it would be 1,31,120. Say at the top of the problem, you have to write number of units produced 25,600 tons during the current periodicity or during the current period. So now rupees 1,31,120 is the total worth of raw material either utilized or consumed or made use of to produce how many number of units? To produce as much as 25,600 units. Minutely understand, 1,31,120 is the worth of raw material used or made use of by that concern or by that company to produce as much as 25,600 tons of finished products. Now, say this is total cost. Here you have to draw one more column, that is your unit cost. Now, obviously the next question would be, why we have to draw one more column, that is your unit cost? Because finished goods given in the problem is 3,200 tons only. What about the amount? Amount is concerned, it has been put as a big question mark. Having been put as a big question mark, we have to ascertain the cost of closing stock of finished goods. So now 1,31,120 divided by 25,600, it stands at rupees 5.12. 5.12. Then go through, which is another element. Is there any other element of prime cost? Direct wages is here. You know, direct material cost, direct wages, direct expenses. Summation of these three, it gives us a prime cost. Say, which is the second element of prime cost, or which is the second item of direct expense or direct component or direct element? It is rupees, it is a direct wages. Add direct wages rupees 1,10,000. Rupees 1,10,000 is the total amount of direct wages paid to the employees or to the workers to produce how many number of units of output? To produce 25,600 tons of output or units of output. How much would be the cost? Say cost per unit, it stands at 4.30. 4.30. Now further you go through, is there any item of expense called as your direct expense? Maybe, probably in this problem, no direct expense is there. Say in the absence of any incurrence of any direct expense, summation of direct material plus direct wages, it gives us a prime cost. You write it as a prime cost. Prime cost, it stands at 2,41,120. Unit cost, it is rupees 9.42. 9 rupees 42 paise is the cost per unit. Then, add. What should be added? Add factory overhead. Now you go through. Is there a single item of factory on cost, or there are a good number of costs? Say, first one, rent, rates and works on cost. Specifically given as rent, rates and works on cost. Works and factory. You can also write it as a works overhead. No problem. Because works overhead and factory overhead, they are synonymous and could be interchangeably used. Say, thus, item of expense is there, rent, rates and works on cost, rupees 44,000. Rupees 44,000. 44,000. Then one, say, not only one, there is one more item of expense, cost of factory supervision. You write it in the inner column, 44,000. Then cost of factory supervision stood at 8,800. Stood at 8,800. How much is the total? 52,800. Now you go through whether opening work in progress and closing work in progress is there. Say, if you minutely go through the format of the cost sheet, which I had given about 4 hours back, you could very well realize, or you could very well trace out in the format of cost sheet. Say, you can very well ascertain cost of add opening stock of work in progress less closing work in progress. You go through this problem. Is there any opening work in progress? Definitely. In this problem, there is opening work in progress on 1st January 72. Add opening work in progress. Opening work in progress 5,280. Total 58,080 less closing work in progress given as 17,600. Closing work in progress given as 17,600. Say, how much is the resultant figure? Having deducted, the resultant figure would be 40,480. 40,480. 40,480 to produce how many number of units of output? 25,600. Therefore, it works out to 1.58, 1 rupee 58 paise. To the prime cost, when factory overhead having been added, what would be the outcome? Outcome, you call it as your works cost. Works cost, it stands at works cost stands at 2,81,600. 2,81,600. 600 unit cost rupees 11. Unit cost rupees 11. Then add office and administration overhead. You go through whether any item of expense of office and administration overhead is there. Raw material, nothing to do. Wages, rent, carriage inwards, raw material, finished goods, work in progress already adjusted, closing cost of factory supervision over. In this example or in this problem, there is no office and administration overhead. Say, therefore, you write it as nil. Then 2,81,600 in this problem and 11 rupees is concerned. Say, it is works cost without administration and office overhead. It is called as your, simultaneously it will be cost of production. It will be the cost of production. 2,81,600. Now you go through the format of the cost sheet. Say, which is the next item incorporated in the format of the cost sheet? It is opening stock of, you go through opening stock of finished goods. In the problem, opening stock of finished goods is specifically given in the problem as 1,600 tons valued at rupees 17,600, because just now having told 1,600 tons valued at 17,600 is concerned, it pertains to the preceding periodicity or previous period. Say thus, opening stock of finished goods rupees 17,000 17,600 totaling to 2,99,200, 2,99,200, then less closing stock of finished goods, less closing stock of finished goods. Say, in the problem, it has been put as a big question mark. Say, at this juncture, you write it here, 3,200 units or tons. Now, in respect of the closing stock of finished goods amounting to 3,200 tons or 3,200 units are concerned, at what rate it should be valued? It should be valued at the rate of the cost of production. You always keep in mind that it should be valued at the rate of cost of production. Therefore, you write it here as at rupees 11 per ton. 11 per ton. At rupees 11 per ton, it works out to 35,200. 35,000 at 11 per ton, it works out to 35,200. Say now, 35,200. Then total, having added up, the total would be 2,64,000 total cost. It is UC for unit cost. What we call it as? We call it as a cost of goods sold. Only the other day I have called it as your COGS. You don't write it as COGS COGS, but you better write it as cost of goods sold. Now, to the cost of goods sold, what should be added? Again, the item of expense to be added is selling and distribution overhead. In the problem, it seems I have rubbed it out. In the problem, selling and distribution overhead stood at 0.75 per ton. Specifically given the problem as 0.75 per ton. But the crux lies here, because say in the first instance, the opening stock of finished goods 1,200 plus units produced 25,600 minus closing stock of finished goods 3,200. Therefore, what about the balancing units? Balancing units stands at 24,000 tons or 24,000 units. Where went 24,000 units? You keep it in mind that 24,000 units were the total number of either tons or units sold out. Now, selling and distribution overhead is concerned, it will be incurred only in respect of number of units sold, but not in respect of number of units produced. Definitely, say on 24,000 units at rupee 0.75 per ton, it works out to rupees 18,000. Rupees 18,000. Now, it having been added, say the total amount would be 2,82,000. Unit cost 11 rupees 75 paise. What does it connote or what does it represent? It represents cost of sales. Cost of sales. Now, it seems in the problem, say sales figure was given in the problem as rupees 3,30,000, because I have rubbed it here. Earlier it was here, sales stood at rupees 3,30,000. Sales 3,30,000, cost of sales 2,82,000. Definitely the balancing figure of rupees 48,000, it must be the profit earned, or it must be the amount of profit earned. Now 3,30,000 is the total worth of sales in respect of how many number of units sold, say pertaining to 24,000 units. In the sense 3,30,000 divided by 24,000, it works out to 13 rupees 75 paise, because profit rupees 48,000 to sell how many number of units of output? 24,000 units. Definitely 48,000 is the total amount of profit realized. Number of units sold 24,000, therefore profit per unit, it stands at rupees 2. Now 11 rupees 75 paise unit cost of sales, profit per unit rupees 2, thus selling price per unit, it stands at 13 rupees 75 paise, because in the problem it is given as 3,30,000 is the sales value generated or sales amount realized. 3,30,000 divided by 24,000, it works out to 13 rupees 75 paise. Say thus, this is about the preparation of your cost sheet. Now always keep in mind, say the most crucial aspect in this connection is, definitely you will be well versed with the preparation of cost sheet, but only the ticklish aspect, or only a bit ticklish aspect here is, you have to calculate the valuation of the closing stock of finished goods. Say thus, for the purpose of valuing the closing stock of finished goods, say this is the methodology that will either be employed or that is practiced. Thank you. Rest of things we shall look into during our next meet.